Welcome back to Beauty Therapy with Gen X. My name is Jennifer Masad. I am your hostess and I am your beauty therapist. In today's tip of the week, it's all about cream blush and bronzer. Before I get started, if you like the videos, you like the tips that I produce every week, be sure and like the videos, y'all. Don't forget to share them with friends and family. Liking and sharing the videos is how we grow the channel. And finally, subscribe so you never miss an episode. Okay, so we've already done a video on bronzer and we've already done a video on blush using powder-based products. But today I'm gonna apply both cream blush and bronzer to my face so you can see. Cream blush and bronzers are great, y'all. When you get a good quality product, a cream product can actually last a really long time, and it'll often look a little softer than powder. I like to use both depending on the day, but creams, don't be afraid of them, y'all. You can totally use them. Yes, they have longevity, and remember, when skin is in balance, makeup has longevity in general. So let's do it. For the cream blush, we'll start there. You can take like a flat bristled brush, kind of like a foundation brush. I have some apples here, so I like the wider based flat brush. I've got like a nice little orangey creamy blush right here. So I'm just gonna take a little of this. You can always put a little on your hand, y'all, if you need to, so you can soften it out. Because again, cream products actually have a lot of pigment to them. Okay, so you're gonna look in the mirror like you would with normal blush, powder blush, and you're gonna smile because I wanna see those apples, and you're gonna let the color fall off your cheek and work your way up the cheekbone, right? So you smile and then let it fall off the cheek, let it fall off the cheek. And don't worry about if you put too much on, y'all. You can remember, you can always put more, but really your foundation brush will be able to blend this out. So I'm just working my way up my cheekbone. Like I said, letting it fall off the cheekbone as well. Okay, so this one's kind of, the camera washes it out, but this is pretty bright. So, like I said, I'm just gonna soften it a little bit. The same way you would use a foundation brush. It's really the same technique, y'all. We're just focusing on the feature of the cheeks. You can do a little bit. I like to do just a touch of it in the middle of my forehead just to warm me up. I hate that flat matte face. So that's your cream blush. Let's say again, like I said, if you do a little too much, you can go back in with a foundation brush and soften it. Just soften around it. You can also take a sponge or a buffer, like I said, and just soften the sides of it. Don't be afraid of it though. Next up, we're gonna throw on a little bit of cream bronzer. Again, I still am going to do the 1, 2, 3 and the Nike swoosh. So you'll see, my dear friend and former co-worker Erica Kennedy introduced me to this really cool cream bronzer by Soul Body. I'm going to use a fan brush, but you can use other brushes as well. Again, you can still use powder brushes. You can also use, if you want that real thick contour look, take a flat, firm brush like this guy. And when you do your Nike swoosh, you're going to get a real pop of color. So for now, we're going to take the cream bronzer. I'm just going to buff a little on here, right? Don't be shy with it. You can always, like I said, test it on your hand. Make sure you don't have too much on there. Remember, the first place you put the product, you are also going to have the most amount of pigment. So I like it. I like to start in my forehead and work my way in. So I'm going to do a little more buffing, but all I'm really doing is my 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Remember, you can get in the tab of the ear. If you're like me, you have an exposed hairline, y'all. You can buff it back into your brow, your hairline, excuse me. Just like that. We're going to go on the other side now. As you can see, it's very subtle, right? It's really subtle. I like it. So again, just kind of go into the temples, push it back into the hairline if you need to. Get your little Nike swoosh going if you want. If you need to, give yourself a little fish face. And then a little here. So 1, 2, 3. If you need to, like me, you can dust down onto your neckline. It doesn't matter if you are pale or darker skin. We all have a little bit of mixed pigment on our face and our neck. So that's it. Look back in the mirror, check for symmetry. If you need to, tweak it a little, buff it down, add more. And then you can do a couple of things as well. You can always add in another setting powder. You can put more blush or a powder bronzer on top for more effect. But as you can see, it's pretty subtle. And it just looks radiant. You can put it on long wearing products. Again, the cream is gonna last a lot longer than you think. Remember, you can always contact me for a beauty therapy makeup lesson. Y'all know I'm a teacher and I'm here to teach you. We can do this one-on-one together. But don't be afraid of cream blush and cream bronzers. They are your friend and it's a wonderful tool to have in your makeup kit in addition to powder-based products. As always, I like to end with a little wisdom food for thought. This week's quote comes from a really neat author. His name is Robert Anton Wilson. You are precisely as big as what you love and precisely as small as what you allow to annoy you. There's some truth there, and I have to learn that every day. As always, be you, be true, and love what you do. You are the greatest weapon of influence when it comes to affecting change in today's world. Go be you. We need you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.